Alrighty, so in the words of Grace Randolph, well. So it is no longer considered an act of hate to misgender someone, right? Who we clearly know that person has been identifying for the better part of a decade as a woman. It is no longer a crime to actually misgender someone in general. All thanks to Leonard McKelvey, aka Chalamagne the God. Now, for context, for the past couple of years, if you had asked anybody from the woke mob or any supporter of the Democratic Party that is it a hate crime to misgender someone, well, they would have definitely told you yes. Intentionally misgendering someone can be considered as an act of hate, as it is deliberate attempt to disregard someone's gender identity and can be deeply hurtful and invalidating, often viewed as a form of harassment or discrimination against transgender individuals, especially when done with malicious intent to cause harm. Well, if this is the case and that misgendering someone is actually and truly an act of hate, then explain to me how is it that Leonard McKelvey, aka Chalamagne the Devil, is getting away with this?
If you are going to be labeled a trans champion, then you have to be ready to go to the mat for them at all times. You cannot be in support of an administration that is rolling back your rights and trying to eliminate your existence. I don't like people who can hokey pokey with their gender identity. Kaitlin wants to put his right foot in, take his right foot out, put his left foot in, take her left foot out, pee at a urinary stall and shake it all about. But that is not how any of this should work. But you know what? At the end of the day, Kaitlin, you can change the top layer, but you was who you was before you got here. And what you are is a rich white male. And that's why I keep saying him when I shouldn't be. But I can't stop seeing Kaitlin as a rich white male.
So that you heard that for yourself. Leonard McKelvey is referring to Kaitlin Jenner as a man. And if you guys recall, Kaitlin Jenner was the Woman of the Year for 2015. He was barely a woman for just about a year or thereabouts, but was now tagged as the Woman of the Year. Actually better at being a woman than women who have been women all of their lives, apparently. And when people like us spoke up against things like that for the past couple of years, we were branded homophobes and transphobes and so on phobes and whatever phobes you can think about. However, Leonard McKelvey is branding him a straight white male, a rich white male. And all we are hearing from the mainstream media, the regular suspects, the legacy medias like your CNN, your MSNBCs, your CNBCs, and your ABCs and the likes of them is crickets. None of them actually carried this story. However, even the lesser legacy media that carried the story actually carried it not in challenge of Chalamagne the Devil at all. Here it is. Chalamagne the Devil slams Kaitlin Jenner as rich white man for supporting Trump. And you would think that they would have slammed him because they are leftist and progressive. However, they're not. This other one says, this is from Daily Caller actually, saying, yeah, how could you? Chalamagne the God or Chalamagne attacks rich white man, Kaitlin Jenner, for being transgender Trump supporter. You can imagine. So being a Trump supporter means that we can discredit you. That's what it means now. Chalamagne the God rips into rich white man Kaitlin Jenner for backing Trump. That is coming from the Daily Beast. So as you can see, these people are fake and phony. The whole gender ideology we've been saying from day one that it is not based on reality, but simply based on politics. If you have the right politics and you're supporting the right political party, they will leave you the F alone. You are free to say whatever it is you want to say without getting slammed or without getting branded as transphobic. But here is the thing, and this is what pisses me off. A lot of people have lost their job based on this. We had a teacher at one point that lost their job because they refused to go by the pronouns that one of their students wanted them to go by, to refer to them as. We had a man arrested in Ontario because this man refused to refer to his daughter as a son, especially while talking about it in courts. We've had several situations where this gender ideology has forced them to take men and put them in women's spaces in prison, and those men have gone in there to harass these women sexually or impregnate them. And what is the key reason why Chalamagne the Devil, and this is why you know this man is faker than a $3 bill, is pissed off with Kaitlin Jenner for? It's because Trump recently came out and said that he was going to ban gender affirming care in children, something that has been banned in many countries in Europe, something that has been banned in Finland, and something that has been banned in several hospitals in Sweden, because after they researched and discovered the negative effect it is having on children, especially when it comes to bone development, they decided to put a ban on it. Now, here is the key thing here, and here is the question. If we are even talking about it from a moralistic standpoint, you have laws and policies that stops children from deciding whether they can smoke or not. You're not allowed to smoke if you're under what, 18 or 20. You have laws that bans kids from actually mutilating their body with tattoos. You have laws that stops them from drinking beer. And even in Australia recently, they're considering a law to stop children from being on social media. So they are looking at children that you're not even matured enough to be on social media if you are between the ages of 16 and below. However, you have people considering that children should go as far as being able to mutilate their body. I mean, literally, Jordan Peterson literally almost lost, or maybe has lost, his tenure in the university where he lectured for years in Canada because he refused to abide or support that children should be receiving gender affirming care that is detrimental to them in more ways than one. And the real question now is, Leonard McKelvey, is it what he truly believes in, this thing that he is defending, the reason why he is going out there to misgender a transgender? Does he truly believe in this thing? Well, 2 years ago, he was attacked for being transphobic, for actually being on the underside of that particular pendulum. Take a look.
I think it's a legitimate debate to be had. And it's the things like that bother me, because it's like, yo, we're not even allowing ourselves to have the conversation. Like, you're just putting these labels on people. Like, I'm transphobic because I feel like I'm, just using a little common sense here. To your point, there's just certain things minors cannot do because they're minors. So you don't think something as big as changing your gender shouldn't, wait until you're at least 18? Like, that's just like the fact that people can't even have a conversation about that without labeling somebody transphobic is very, 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 very strange to me. Because it's not like these people are saying, no, we don't want anybody transitioning. Our being trans is wrong. They're simply saying, hey, let these minors wait until they're of a certain age. That's not where I think that's very worthy of a conversation. And I think that you're cheating those kids by not having the conversation. Like, you're just shutting things down. Like, let's all come to the table and talk about it and discuss these things. I think it definitely warrants a conversation. You shouldn't just label somebody transphobic because they're saying, hey man, I think that this is a big decision for a kid to make and maybe they should wait until they're older. Like, that's just common sense to me, but who am I?
As you can see there, he's saying the exact same thing that I've stated. He said we should just think about this from a common sense perspective. And this is how I actually, in my own personal life, especially when I have conversation with trans people, to help them realize that, hey, what you are thinking and how you're perceiving yourself is not necessarily based on reality. And because it's not based on reality, you can't force other people to believe what you believe. And usually what I ask them sometimes is, do you believe in Jesus Christ? And most of the time they say, no, I don't believe Jesus Christ is God. I don't believe in Jesus Christ. And that hurts my feelings. And because of that, you should be arrested because you're hurting my feelings. You're saying things that are harmful to me. Why? Because historically, and even till present day in certain parts of the world, Christians are being persecuted. Christians are being murdered and slaughtered, even in my home country of Nigeria till date. So you are actually harming me, a victim. And so that makes them realize that their standpoint of thinking that they are victims because people are misgendering them doesn't actually hold any basis, or is not hold any grounds in reality. And you can see that people like Leonard McKelvey, who are pushing these things, do not actually truly believe in it, but they are causing other people to believe in this, ruining people's lives, people losing jobs, people getting demonized, people getting harassed because they are not bowing to the woke mob, all thanks to fake and phony ass people like Chalamagne the devil and the party that they support. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, ring that bell for notification. And if you're a trans person or a trans activist out there, I hope you guys think twice before you try to silence somebody over something that isn't based on reality. Take care, peace, and Silas out of here. Bye-bye now.